Hey, what's up, guys? Nick Pell coming to you once again with another book review. I know, I'm excited too. And this, as usual, is coming from my white room. Now, this week's book is the third book in the Walking Dead series, which is in the hardcover versions that I am purchasing. The Walking Dead Book 3 by Kirkman and two other people. I can't count those people. And that is the copy that I am reading out of. It is very good, black and white, and like the other two. Yeah, this one is the one that I believe will be the main resource for what they're going to be doing in Season 3 of The Walking Dead. So keep in mind that there will be some spoilers in this one, and also if you haven't read the first two books for some reason and you're watching this for some reason, keep that in mind, because stuff from that will be spoiled for you. And probably some minor spoilers from this one. Yeah, you have been warned, and I shall begin as usual with characters. And our first character, as usual, once again, is Rick. And at the end of book 2, he got kind of taken out of his position of power, and you see something of the effects of that, but you don't really see the council as a whole come into place. You still kind of think of Rick as the overall leader, and he, for all intents and purposes, he really is still the leader. The little council thing that they did didn't really have any effect, at least in this one. But it might come into play in book 4, or book 5, 6, 7, or 8. I don't know. But yeah, that's Rick, and you see him in that state at the beginning of this book. We also have a new character who I'm sure everyone will be looking forward to seeing in Season 3 and also in this book, and that is the Governor. And he is a evil bastard. He is just messed up in the head. This is probably the darkest of the series so far that I've read, just because of the things that this guy has done, and it's just gotten me so excited for Season 3 of The Walking Dead, just because that's where they introduce this guy, and Woodbury and everything like that. And you see a little bit of his story in this, and he's a very interesting character to read about. I guess I would say Michonne is also one of the main characters, and she, as you saw in book 2, she's the sword-wielding badass chick who has been wandering on her own for quite a while. She joins up with Rick's group in book 2, and things unravel from there. And I'll talk about her part in this book in the plot section. And lastly, we have Glenn, who is, for the first time, a main character. Is also in the same boat as kind of Rick and Michonne, and his actions have some vital importance in this book as well. And I will talk about that stuff now in the plot, but keep in mind, just like with the past two books, just because I don't mention all the characters doesn't mean that they are not all important. They're all mentioned in some way, shape, or form, but they don't have a huge influence in this specific part of the series. Keep that in mind. And with the plot, we see just kind of Rick and Dale and all these people kind of just searching throughout the prison, kind of starting to clear out more and more parts of it, trying to expand where everyone's going to be sleeping and staying and whatnot. And at the beginning of it, you just see them kind of starting to relax, kind of go back into a state of normalcy, if that's even possible at this point. They're getting books, they're thinking about having a movie night, they're just trying to have fun and have as much fun as physically possible in this day and age, which is kind of interesting to see. But very quickly into the 5th chapter, you see, or Rick and his group see a helicopter go down, and that kind of sets up the events for this. And so Rick, Michonne, and Glenn, they all go and kind of investigate this thing, and from there they wind up in Woodbury, they meet the Governor, and they interact with him. That is why I kind of stated them 3 as the main characters, because they are the ones that are kind of focused on for the most part. It deviates back to the prison every so often, but for the most part the focus is on Woodbury and the events that take place there. So yeah, as usual, the book does not state numbers for the pages. It's split into 2 chapters. This one happens to be chapter 5 and 6, and it is in black and white. So, on to themes, and as usual, the themes are kind of continuing, and with survival, life, death, relationships, and just kind of seeing how people have to kind of stick together to survive. And this is also made more evident in Woodbury, where you see how something like that and a need for survival can kind of turn someone bad and other stuff in that situation. Leave comments down below discussing that if you wish. Please don't spoil anything from either the last two books or any major plot line details from this third book. I would really appreciate that. And yeah. So, or anything from the next books and stuff. So, yeah. We move on to the last part, and that is enjoyment. I am continuing to enjoy this series very much. I probably enjoyed this one even more than the second one, just because it dives into more exciting territory. It's not just all about the prison and stuff like that. Kind of venture out and we get into kind of the juicy part of the story, because as far as I can tell, events that occur in this book are going to be having major impact on the future books and future events in this Walking Dead series, at least for the next book or two. And I am very excited to see where it ends up. But yeah, for the most part, story is good. Characters continue to develop a little bit more. That's about it as far as I can tell. I hope you liked this. I recommend it if you've read the first two books, if you watched the show, or anything like that. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe if you so choose. I would appreciate it immensely, and you guys would be awesome. But yeah, that's about it. As usual, my name is Pell, and as always, keep on reading.